Okay, so now let's work with aggregate functions. Aggregate functions are functions that can get the value of minimum, maximum, average, if you want to count, if you want to sum. These are aggregate functions. Okay, now let me show you count. Alright, so let's say I don't know how many records I have. Alright, so what I can do is select count. Okay, select count, and I can run this. Okay, can you see? I have 10 records. Okay, but the problem is, can you look at the title? The header doesn't look nice. So what I can do is, I can put here as total albums. Okay, I can do this. Alright, so if I run this now, okay, the title will be a bit nicer to look at. Okay, okay, so now let's find the minimum price of the album. Alright, so what I can do now is, okay, meaning I want to find the cheapest album. So minimum, so album price, so is the price. So I can just remove this from album. So if I run this, I'll get 12 ringgit and 90 cents. So this is the minimum price. Of course, you can still use as cheapest price. Okay, or cheapest album. So run this, so I get this. Okay, so if I want to find the most expensive album, so I can use max, and just for the header, I can put the most expensive lah. Okay, so expensive price, the most expensive. So I have the most expensive is 21.90. Alright, so I can use min, max. So what if I want to find the average cost? Okay, I want to find, because I have 10 albums, so I have very cheap albums, I have very expensive albums. I want to see on average what is the price of each of the album. So what I can do is I can use AVG. Okay, AVG is the aggregate function for average. So I can put here average price. Okay, so if I run this, I'll get 1665.000000. Okay, what you can do is, if you feel that this is not nice, you can use round. This is the function to make sure that you can set the amount of decimal places that you want. So I want it to be 2. Alright, so if I run this now, it'll be much more nicer looking with 2 decimal places after the decimal point. Okay, at the back here, so I can use the round function. Okay, so what if, okay, what if I want to count, okay, I want to count all the record which is of type, which the genre is jazz. I want to count how many. Okay, so count. Okay, so I want to count the genre. Okay, or I can straight away put as count from album, where genre equals to, I can put jazz. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, I have only 2 albums associated with this particular genre. Okay, so let's say I want to know, Okay, because just now we have done average, we have done minimum, we have done maximum, right? Okay, I want to find out how many albums the cost, okay, the cost is below the average price. Okay, I want to know how many albums, the list of albums which the price is below the average price. Okay, so how to find this value? So first of all, I need to find the average value. So select all, select average price from album. Okay, if I run this, I'll get this value, okay, which we have done earlier. But now I want to find all the albums which have price lesser than this. So I need to combine two select statements. Okay, so what I can do is I can do this: select all from album. Okay, and I can put a criteria where price is lesser than this particular value. Okay, because this whole thing, right, this whole statement is going to give me 16.65. Okay, so assume that this value is actually here. Okay, assume this value is actually here. So what am I doing? I'm trying to display all the albums where the price is below 1665 actually. So let's run this. Okay, can you see the price? All of it is below 1665. If I change the symbol, let's see what happens. Everything will be more than 1665. Can you see? Okay, so now let's display everything. Display everything. I want to see the whole record. Okay, let's look at the album format. There's many formats here. So I want to count for each format how many albums I have. So I can do it this way. Okay, select count, because I'm counting. Count distinct. Okay, distinct album format. Okay, album format from album. So I'm counting the distinct album format, the unique, the different album formats that I have. So I'll have this. So I have 4 different album formats. Okay. Okay, this one I'm counting how many different album formats that I have. What if I want to know how many albums is in each of that format? Okay, so what I can do is select album format. Okay, and then I put a comma. I count the records. Okay, I count the records and I group them. Okay, I group them by the album format. Okay, I want to display the album format, and then I want to count how many albums goes under each album format. So I group it by album format. So this is what I have. Okay, of course the header you can change. So for each format, this is the amount of albums that I have. Okay, so now let's do a bit of summation. Okay, let's do a bit of summation, a simple one. So let's total up all the pricing. Okay, let's total up all the pricing. So select sum price from album. This is very easy. Okay, so you are summing up all the prices of the albums. So let's see what we have. Wow, we have 100 and 66 ringgit and 50 cents, the whole 10 albums. Okay, so let's go back to the whole record. Select all from album. Okay, so let's display the records. Okay, now let's look at the price. Okay, let's look at the price. If let's say, okay, if let's say the shop is planning to increase the price of the album. So they are going to increase by 10%. Okay, they are going to increase each of the price of the album by 10%. So how to display the new price? Because maybe the owner just wants to see. He is not editing, he's not updating. He just wants to see what is the price if he increase by 10%. So what we can do is, it's very simple. Maybe I just want to display the singer and the album. Okay, so I can do this. So the price is increased by 10%. That means I need to multiply by 1.10. Okay, I need to multiply by 1.10. Extra by 10%. Okay, and then give it a name as new price, let's say. Okay, as new price from album. So now let's see what happens. Okay, I want to also display the old price, which is this price. Okay, I want to display this side by side, so you can see the difference. So can you see? So the singer, the album, and then this is the old price. And if let's say I increase, okay, I increase by 10%, this is the new price that I will have. Again, you are not updating the value, you are just displaying the value. Okay, of course you can put round, you can put here comma 2, and you can run it again, so it will be nicer.